Can you share screen once more? So when you have learned about the array, we have got that array is something where we can collect the same type of element and we can actually pick out those elements with the help of index, right? We have seen that, like the array name with the square braces, if we give a particular index, it will give us the particular element also. Now in this line number 10, system.out.println A1 is an array, right? Correct. So can anyone tell me what is this console is showing? Hi.java.long.string with @ and some random alphanumeric. What is that?
Sir, it's like address. So
Okay. Others? This is important to know. Okay. Why I'm saying it's important to know, I'll explain. But
it's
what
like address
Sat
storing the heap memory. It like create in a variable. It showing the address of the element.
okay. Others? What is this? Java.lang.string @ 24D4 something alphanumeric is there. What is that in console when she is trying to system.out.println the A1? You guys got my question, right? What I'm asking. Others?
Yeah, Amita.
Yeah.
So the question is that she has initialized an array on line number 8 without printing out a particular element or fetching a particular element. She is trying to print the whole array. First of all, it's not possible. You know that, right? If you want to print
Yes.
a whole array, you have to take a help of a loop. Might be you can use go ahead with the for loop, or else today we'll learn for each loop for 10 minutes, or else you have a for each loop. You can print out the elements one by one through indexing, correct?
Yes.
Or else when you try to print out an whole array like this, you will get an output like this, where java.lang.string @ some alphanumeric is there. What is this? I think Videsh went really close. Anyone else wants to give it a try? What is that alphanumeric and java.lang.string is there?
It is showing data type string.
Yes, data type string, okay.
Hash
But
code.
what is that alphanumeric? Okay, so this is a merge of both. So first of all, she created an array for the string, right? So obviously the string class from the Java JRE would be called, right? So it created a java.lang.string, and whenever something is created, I told you, right? Either it would have a space on heap memory or it will create a space of the stat memory. So this particular of alphanumeric is an address, or it's an referral for that particular array. The array in your heap memory stays on that particular memory location or that address location. That's the total reference or address is coming as printed out. So why it's important to know? Sometimes you will know whenever you will see. Always the coding is a trial and error. Okay, you will do something, you will get an error, you will fix it again, you will try something. That's how we learn coding. It's not something key you have totally remembered from one line number 1 to line number 100. You are just typing because you remember everything. It's not about remember. It's about practice. It's about doing the wrong things, learning the new things, and implementing the right. So in your way in future also, because you will be slowly entering the object oriented programming and all, if you try to print out something and you get something like this @alphanumeric with any particular package, understand that you are trying, it's printing that particular object address or that particular memory address where it belongs to. It's not printing what you require. Then you can find some other way, like for array, if it's printing out like this, I know I'm not printing out, I can't print out this thing, then I have to go ahead and then have to print out a particular element wise, correct? So this notation is also important to know, like till first month or maybe 1.5 month we didn't know this. So it's I saw an example, that's why I wanted to show you guys. Cool. Anyone got any doubt for this arrays till now? You guys practice,
Yes,
right? Tell me.
yes, Amitabh. So actually, I have a doubt. Like, we have a standard memory size for int, right? 4 bytes,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So if here we taken size of array 4, so
Hmm.
the memory will be 4 into 4, 16 bytes.
Correct.
Okay, okay, that's how, like
Huh.
I
So
thought.
that's something, that's why, see, when you are initializing an array through the help of an object, right? So
Yeah,
when you're initializing array, like int a2, like just suppose the line number 9 only, int array of a2 equals to new int, within the square braces, you have to give the particular size, right?
yes, yes.
So what is the
So,
size of the int array you want to put on? So that much memory it would be covering for you.
oh, okay,
But
okay.
it's on user side, right? User wants how many elements he needs, that user can set. Correct. That's why it's a non-primitive data type, not like primitive. Primitive, whatever user does, whatever data it user can put, it will not go beyond the 4 byte. If you want to go beyond the 4 byte, you might need another data type which is long. But for array, you may need 4 integers. I may need 10 integers. It said on the user perspective. I can take that much length.
Got it. So that's why it is non-primitive data.
Yes. Any more doubts?
No, no.
Cool. So 1 second. Let me open my Eclipse. Somehow it got, it's not opening. Okay, I'll share my screen. Thank you, Satya. What happened to my project? 1 second, guys. So let's consider string array of error equals to, so for each loop. So we have seen what is happening in the while loop. While loop is something like whatever the conditions you want to put, and inside the block, whatever the things you want to do, you have to write those, right? Then we have seen the for loop. For loop is something, is a very sorted loop, right? It has the initialization, it has the condition, like final condition, and also the incremental or decremental operation. All these things are together for a for loop. And then we have seen the do while loop. The advantage of do while loop is, even without the condition, like for the while condition, it's not matching, it will at least do the one iteration, right?
Yes.
So for each loop, you can think is a more sorted way of a for loop, where you know that how long it will go. There is no end condition specifically. That's why. What I'm trying to say, for a for loop, what happens? I know the initialization. I know the end condition. This one, that it will go till I equals to less than 10, or I equals to less than equals to 10. it will go till a particular condition where the particular end condition I'm aware about. But for each loop is more sorted. So to use the for each loop, you have to know what you want to iterate, what will be iterated, and it belongs to what. Like belongs to what means it can be an array. Like this array of mine contains 4 strings, right? So what I'll be iterating, if I want to iterate something here, I'll be iterating a string, right? And from where? From this collection of strings. So I know I don't have to give any end condition. I don't have to give any incremental, decremental conditions. Just I want to iterate, boss. I want to iterate my, one second. Maybe I can use the pencil here also. Yeah. So I want to iterate the strings from this particular array. So if I want to start my iteration from this particular array, I want to, how I'll write for, you guys can see what I'm writing on screen, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Amitabh.
Amitabh.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. String is this, you can like belongs to, you can remember like that. Okay. For string is belongs to array, then CISO S. So what will happen? It will start like this. Compiler will start that, okay, for whatever the string with a variable of S, just it's S is a variable. You can like dispose of that of your mind right now. For
I'm
whatever
not
the,
able to. Amitabh, I'm not able to see your screen.
okay,
Me as well. Error was showing on the screen.
should be visible. You guys were able to see my paint?
Yes.
Yes, it is
Okay,
visible for us.
Yes, sir.
okay, okay. No, no, for others, I'm saying, were you guys able to see my paint then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do in the paint only. That will be better. I don't want to. So what I'm saying, right now I have given an string array of some strings, correct? Now for a for each loop, what will happen? I'll say that for any string is, any string, you can dispose of S from your mind. Okay, you don't have to think why I'm taking the S. I explain, but think like string which belongs to this array of ARR. Please try to print that particular strings. So what will happen now for compiler? Compiler will start from this line. See, okay, boss, you want to take iterate the strings. Is there string present in the array? First it will check that, okay, or else it will be a compilation error. If you give here integer I belongs to array, it might give you a compilation error. So string s belongs to array. So these are all strings. So it will take one string, store it in this particular s variable, and print it out. Again, it will go. Still other strings are there, right? So again, it will go and check. Okay, this is another string present inside the array. It will store that second string inside the s. Then it will print out. Like that, the for each loop will go till any string is present in that particular array. Got the point? But for each loop actually helps when you know where from it belongs. Like it works best with any type of collection. Where do you know this type of data is present and I want to iterate the data inside it. Because there is no incremental, there is no decremental, there is no end condition. When it ends, when this particular array ends. What is incremental, decremental here? It is nothing incremental, decremental. It will go from one element to other element. That's it. One element after each other. That's it. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if I have to show you here, so for string s which belongs to array and CISO, what happened to CISO? Don't let me set out. Because I haven't given ln, so that's why it's printing there only. You can see, right? One by one string, it just went in, iterated in that particular collection of, like, it's not a collection, but as a collectively there are strings, right? So it will go. So the scope of array itself is the end condition of it, and there's no incremental decremental. As I said, it will just go from one element to another element. It will store all the elements one by one in this particular S, and it will print it out. The easiest way to print any particular collection, it might be array, it might be later, whatever the collection will know in future, it is the easiest way to print it out. Now let me check once what I was trying to say also. When I would be a check for me, does it give any compilation error? Yeah, it gives compilation error. See, because this array is a
String.
array of string, right? So if I try to give the integer, the compilation throws error, boss, you don't have any integer in this particular array, so we can't iterate anything. So it's throwing and see type mismatch. Got the point?
Yes, something.
Yes, something.
Cool. So this was all about array and for each loop. All the loops we have covered. So while, for loop, do while, and for each, everyone has its own advantage, own disadvantage. If you just want to iterate without much of the complexity, go for the while. But in real life, while and for loop are almost same, because anyhow you have to give the incremental and decremental operations and the condition initialization, so everything happens. So in real time, as I said, you would be using 90% of time for loops only. Okay, now post that there would be a situation where uh, do while might be needed, where you have to do one iteration irrespective of condition satisfying or not. And for each loop are the best while you, like, while you want to iterate any data inside of a collection. Same thing, actually I want to show you one more thing. It might help you. Even I am checking this. You have to first convert it in an array. Got it? Nothing, ignore it now. I don't want to. We'll learn about the rest of the things when we'll be learning about the string. There are some methods of the string left. If you guys remember, we'll discuss it then. Cool. So we have completed the basic Java. Okay. Like still not totally completed, but without the object knowing much, we have completed a good amount of Java. So what we have learned? We have learned the JVM, GRE, JDK. Don't forget anything. Okay. JVM, GRE, JDK. Then we have learned about the variables. We have learned how to print out anything. What is the importance of main method? Then we have learned about the data types. Then we have learned about the data casting, correct? Data type casting. Then we have learned about the string class, maths class. Then you have learned about the condition, if else, switch, break, continue. Then you have learned about the for loop, while loop, for
Do while,
each, do while,
for each.
and array.
Amitabh, are we going through two-dimensional arrays by any chance?
Two-dimensional arrays will also start. Okay, two-dimensional arrays are there, right? Have they given it in the W3 school?
I didn't check. I actually watched SZ Pavan video.
Okay. Two-dimensional arrays would be important actually. They haven't given, but we should do actually. Okay, we'll discuss the two-dimensional array today. That would be better. So what is a two-dimensional array and what is a one-dimensional array? Thank you. Like I maybe whoever said, but thank you for this. I forgot about the topic. So what is one-dimensional array and why this is clicked by default? One second. Yeah. What is one-dimensional array? What is two-dimensional array? So when we are starting a particular array, then we are giving like this, right? So it would be stored as a one-dimensional array. Why? Because we are storing a particular data. That's it. In a serial way, it's a particular data. Like you can think of this is a shelf, one particular shelf, and I'm storing the datas. This is one data, this is second data, this is third data, this is fourth data, and this whole shell is that particular heap memory reference, which was printed out in your console. Okay. So in this shelf, if I want to call this particular data, what I have to do? I have to give the shelf ID. This is array. And what is that element number? 0, 1, 2. Correct? Then this particular data would be printed out. Like I asked Naveen, okay, boss, give me the third thing, whatever you find in that shelf. So I'll be telling him that array with the index of 2, whatever you find on the shelf, you can print it out. This is a simple one-dimensional array. Now, what is a multi-dimensional array or two-dimensional array? Two-dimensional array is the one which you might use actually. That's a good thing you pointed out. So, what is a two-dimensional array? Two-dimensional array is something of like your wardrobe. So your wardrobe has multiple shelves now. Correct? Till now, we are covering with this part only, one particular shelf with particular set of data. Now, now multi-dimensional array would be something which would be covering this whole thing with multiple shelves. So how to initialize it? Simple. The same way, string, just you have to give two dimension, right? So two arrays here. Array equals to, this is the format. I haven't written anything inside it. I'll come to that. So this is a two-dimension array starting because I have two-dimension array. Now I have a shelf and also I have a row. Now we can consider as a row and column, right? These are rows and these are columns.
Yeah.
Getting my point?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till now, when we had
Yes,
one
sir.
shelf, the indexing was 0, 1, 2. Correct? Same wise for the rows also, the indexing would be the same way. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if someone wants to fetch this particular element, what would be the indexing for it?
2, 2.
2 up to
2.
Not 2, 2. You have to write like this.
2
And but
Two,
to
two up to.
second
2
row,
of,
second column.
correct. Second row, second column. So whenever anyone gives you two-dimensional array, so as I told you, like you can think of it as a, please go on mute. So you can think of it as a wardrobe and you can like consider anything like, you know, this rows and columns. It would be easier for you to fetch it. Okay. It would be very easier. So let's go to back to the Eclipse and we'll see how to initialize and how you can work on it. So I'll initialize. Let's go for integer. String takes a long time. What is happening with my keyboard? As I said, this would be the notation, but we have to put data inside. How to put data inside now? That is one of the questions. So we can put like, now there would be these braces inside now. Okay, this time. How they would be working, I'll tell you everything. Don't worry. Let me put first. It would be easier for you guys. Sorry, I put in the same brace. What happened?
Amitabh, we want to give
We
it in
use
curly
only for
braces.
not parentheses.
We want to give in curly braces there also.
Only
Oh, sorry. They are inside and self, right? Yeah.
Self inside also want to
Yeah.
give income.
They are individual arrays also. Correct. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's give one more element here for better understanding. So what has happened here? We have created one array which is two-dimensional. So why we are saying two-dimensional? Because you can see this is a whole array or the whole reference of that array, and inside it there are different arrays inside it. And these arrays, if you remember, these are actually one shelf. Okay, this is one shelf. One shelf is a particular array, right? So like that, this is another shelf. This is another shelf, and all the shelf has particular 3 rows or 3 columns inside it. Now, if someone wants to fetch, okay, someone wants to fetch this 3, what would be the index?
I think 1,
1 comma, what would be the index? 1.
1,
0.
Correct.
1, 0. Sorry.
Are you sure?
1 0.
Correct. So how you are getting it? So I don't know why you guys are not able to see this. This would have been the best actually. Okay, let me check once if I can. Uh, you guys see anything I'm doing on the screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Everyone?
I'm done. Yes,
Sir.
I'm done.
This would have been better actually. Hopefully you guys can see. So what we are doing here, we have 2, 3, 5, one set. We have 3, 4, 5, another set. We have 4, 5, 6, another set. So now, if we want to call this particular 3, how it's happening? This whole thing is 0. This whole shelf is 1. This whole shelf is 2. Correct?
Yan,
Um,
door closed.
so this is now again 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So now if someone wants to call this 3, what is that? Shelf number 1, column number 0. Correct? The same thing will happen if someone wants to call this 5. What would be the indexing?
2 1.
2, 1. Correct. So you guys got it, right? How we are trying to do this indexing.
Yes.
Yes.
The best way to remember, as I said, think of it as a wardrobe. Even I think of it as a wardrobe only. That's what I'm saying. It works out fine for me. So one second. Let me ask someone. Yeah, Tejashree. You there? What would be the index for this 5? Tejashree? There, right? Yeah. What would be the index for this 5? Sorry? Can you guys hear what she's saying?
No.
Okay. Satya's mic is not working. Yeah, Rabia. Yeah, Viresh, come down.
Yes, sir.
What would be the index for this 5?
2, 3, 5, 1, sir. Indirect.
Yeah, this 5.
It
Yes.
will be 3, sir.
Okay, 3, and what would be the second index?
Which one, sir? 3, 4, 5.
This one only. This one only.
Okay, sir. You are asking for entire 2, 3, 5. That block.
I don't know. I want to get this 5 as a printed out in my result. We did for the 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to print out the 5. What would be the indexing?
For 5, it will be 4, sir.
It would be 4. Okay. And here?
Okay, so once wait, sir. It is like yeah, we're printing to. Okay, it is like 0 and 3, sir.
0 and 3.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
No, 0 and 3 is saying index out of bound. Tell me your correct answer. What would be the answer, Ravi?
So then, okay, it's considered as 1, 1 and 3, sir. For what's a 1 and 0? It will print 2, sir.
I want to print out this 5.
5.
Don't change the question. Be on the question, then give the answer. Very simple. Again, I'm explaining. See, this is an array they have given to you, right? This is the array, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I have 2, 3, 5. Then I have 3, 4, 5. Then I have 4, 5, 6. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So if I consider this, now indexing starts at 1 or 0?
0, sir.
0. So
0.
both sides 0, 1, 2. This side also is 0, 1, 2. Correct? Now
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to get this 5. So what will be the indexing now?
1 and 2, sir.
Where 1 is coming, ma?
Got it, sir. Got it.
This is not 1, right? This is 0.
Sir, can I?
0, 2. 0,
Sir,
2.
can I?
This would be
0
0.
throw, 0 throw and second column.
Yes, 0th row and second column. Then you'll get this 5. Okay, cool. Maybe you guys can connect with your teams. Okay. And if you guys have only 4 members or 3 members, that would be really tough to connect. Like, I think you guys can merge a little bit of the teams. I'll talk with Pina maybe on this. Maybe we can merge few teams together. That would be better for
They did
understanding.
that yesterday, Amitabh. They merged it.
Oh, they merged the teams, huh?
Yes, yes, on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
It happened on Saturday.
Okay. So now how many teams are there?
4
3.
Avengers.
You guys are also not sure. Okay, come down. You don't have to
Happening.
answer that.
4,
Anyhow,
have
Four,
4
four
teams.
teams.
4
4
4
teams.
teams.
Okay. But practice together, okay? Because if see the failure is if you are learning and your teammates are not learning, that will not be a good. Because anyhow, this whole engineering industry, on this whole QA industry, the development industry works as a teamwork. You can't win alone. You can't be Virat Kohli alone, and others can be like not even don't know how to hold a bat. Okay, so don't be an RCB team. Work as a team. And one more thing, practice the two-dimension array. Okay, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about the methods, and that would be a very important session. Okay, very important session. So see you guys tomorrow. But practice the two-dimension array. I'll ask questions again.
Okay.
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 Amitabh, can you give us any programs to work on, like something like example to print prime numbers, something like that? Can you give some example problems to work on
Array
so
problems.
that we can think and code it somewhere? Yeah, on arrays.
If you guys want to kill yourself and get yourself shot down, then go ahead with the hackathon. Hacker rank
What is
maybe.
it?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let
Yeah.
me check hacker rank if they still do. You can sign up and let me check.
And not too complicated ones.
No, the more you practice, that would be better actually. So
Yeah, but at least at this level, we'll start from the beginner.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing the Java. I remember. So you
Yeah.
guys can also practice. Okay, like it's very basic. You can see Java int string, substring. You guys already learned, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So regex you guys don't know. Whatever you can see,